we're gonna hopefully get a cat
Make it
sleeping.
cute kitties.
A cute kitty. It's a giant cat.
A new feature in the Photoshop beta, little generative fill.
The generative fill in Photoshop. My God, the
Yeah.
tool is incredibly good. There's 4 things that the generative fill is really good at: removing objects, adding objects, creating backgrounds, and expanding images. I'm gonna use a rectangular marquee tool, but with any selection, you can just click and drag over an image. You get this little hovering window here. If you don't see it, you can go into window and then go all the way down to where it says contextual taskbar to enable it. Also, side note, if you wanted to, you can go into edit and choose generative fill and then use this window here, or right click on the selection and choose generative fill. You can click on the 3-dot icon here and select pin bar position, so the bar will always stay there.
And you can move it around at this point too.
Right, exactly. So I can move it here and then pin it to, say, the top. Now that I have a selection active, I can input a prompt and I can literally put anything. Wouldn't it be cute if we had maybe like a sleeping, fluffy cat, and I can click on generate, and we're gonna hopefully get a cat
Make it
sleeping.
cute kitties.
A cute kitty. It's a giant cat.
It is a giant cat.
The cool thing about the generative AI is that it matched the lighting, the perspective, the shadows, even a little bit of that reflection there under the cat, which is just incredible. And also in the properties panel, you have 3 variations right here, and you can click on the one. Oh my God, that's a big cat, but it's a cute looking cat. It's just amazing how realistic this looks. I didn't really do much work. When you do the generative fill, it fills in all the pixels inside of that selection. So it actually generated the floor as well. You don't get transparency. At this point, if you wanted to, like you mentioned, the cat was a little too big, so we want to make it smaller, press Ctrl-T to transform. But when we do that, we get the same issue that I was talking about earlier with the background. You can see that the background is there, but if you ever transform and move the cat to another location, when you click on these generative fill layers, they open up this section here in the properties panel that shows you the prompt that you used, and you can just click on the generate button again. Unfortunately, it will not generate the same cat again. It'll generate a whole new set of cats, but in the right perspective, in the right scale.
The right scale, the right size.
You still have the other variations, but they're using the previous background, which will not work, but then you have a whole new set of cats. If, you know, instead of a cat, maybe you want a dog, you can type in the word dog in there and click on generate. And it's funny that they're all white dogs and similar looking dogs.
Fluffy.
Right, exactly. If you don't like any of the variations,
if you click there, it's
Yeah,
delete,
delete,
but also good result, poor result.
and you can also click on these icons, I believe, to tell Adobe if you like the result or don't. And if there's something inappropriate, I think you can flag it and let them know. In this example, I also was able to generate a couch, a table, and a flower pot on top of that. You don't have to type in the prompt like HD or 4K or, you know, whatever type of
good
camera, because Photoshop is analyzing the image and it's using that to generate the result. Another great feature here is how you can easily replace backgrounds. One of the things you can do now is click on this select subject button here, and it will analyze the image. And another cool thing about it is that now that we have a selection active, we have these cool little icons here that can do so many things, like create a mask, create an adjustment layer, but we also have the invert selection button. Instead of selecting him, we're selecting the background, and we can use generative fill to add a background behind them, typing in something like landscape with lake and distant mountains, and I'll click on generate. It's just incredible that just by typing a couple words, we get something that looks very realistic and very convincing. Something else that I really, really like, it created the flyaway hairs around his hair, which makes the composite look very realistic.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.